Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to another video. I know I haven't had videos pretty much most of this week just because I moved and we didn't get internet set up. Now, I'm recording this ahead of time, so it is possible that there was a video or two up prior to you seeing this, but for most of the week, no. But videos should be returning by the time you see this video on a regular basis, as well as streaming. But either way, we're talking about the Great League Remix. So the Great League Remix, it pretty much bans the top, I believe it's 20 Pokemon used by aces and above the previous season. So the Pokemon that are going to be banned are going to be Alolan Sandslash, Alolan Ninetales, Wigglytuff, Noctowl, Lantern, Azumarill, Umbreon, Pelipper, Sableye, Medicham, Altaria, Registeel, Defense Form, Deoxys, Bastiodon, Toxicroak, Scrafty, Galarian Stunfisk, Greninja, Talonflame, and Trevenant. So, yeah, I mean, standard Pokemon. There's some surprising ones, like Scrafty, for example. It's a good Pokemon, but I feel like Medicham was the fighter of choice. Of course, that's banned as well. But either way, those are the top Pokemon that are banned. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it and see what we got going on for us. So, for the S rank, Skarmory going to be ranked number 1, of course, with that Steel Wing, really, really powerful move. Yeah, I mean, that's all there is to say about it. If it didn't get that Steel Wing buff this season, it wouldn't be on the top. It probably wouldn't even be used, to be honest. Certainly wouldn't be used in the Open Great League, but with Air Slash, probably not, unless if Air Slash gets a buff in the future, who knows. But then we have Carbink. Carbink, of course, really good. I feel like Carbink became less relevant in the Open Great League this season compared to the past, because we got buffs like, well, I guess Wishcash was mainly the big buff, but Wishcash is so common right now. Same with Steel Wing Skarmory, so I feel like less relevant, but still in this meta, probably going to see it. But you still have those threats in this meta as well. So we'll see. I could be wrong. And then we have Mandibuzz, another great flying type, of course. It really has the bulk to it. That helps out a lot. Vigoroth did receive Rock Slide this season. We all know how good Vigoroth is. It's good for like Vigoroth is always good for themed cups, right? But it's that much better with Rock Slide. So it just got better for those specific themed cups. Gligar, of course, is really good, or the Shadow variant. Mantine, I think, is going to be really strong in this meta. I mean, at the end of the day, Lantern is bad, or banned, not bad. You still have Charge Bug to watch out for, and maybe other electric types if you happen to run into like an Ampharos here or there. But, you know, it's for the most part, I think it's a pretty safe Pokemon. As for the moveset, you definitely want Wing Attack, but then like Aerial Ace probably. And what do you think, Ice Beam, or do you want to go with Bubble? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Poliwrath, of course, received the Scald buff. It also received Icy Winds, so such a powerful Pokemon. It's powerful in the Open Great and Ultra League, and it's powerful in the Great League Remix as well. And you will see a lot. I mean, yeah, there's no Lantern, so you will see Poliwrath a lot. And of course, Poliwrath wasn't going to be banned because it just became meta relevant this season. In the past, like last season, it was still decent, but it was certainly not the counter user of choice. That fell to Medicham. But moving on to the A rank, we do have a Abomasnow, which I think is going to be really good Pokemon. There's a lot of strong flying types, so I do think it will be good. It has to watch out for the counter users, like the Vigoroth, like the Poliwrath, right? Moving on, we have Swampert. Swampert, yeah, I mean, a Mud Boy, going to be really powerful, of course. Lickitung, always a great safe swap. Zweilious. So we have a few dragons. We have Zweilious, Dragonair, Guzzlord, all going to be really strong in this meta. I mean, Dragon is pretty safe. I mean, you do have to watch out for Carbink, but I don't think Carbink is going to be that common. I mean, I did put it in the S rank, so I think you'll definitely see it a lot. But, I don't know, we'll see. I mean, that's basically the biggest threat the dragons have to watch out for. Obviously, they don't like fairy types, but for the most part, I think they're safe outside of the Carbink. But you could lure it out if you're running Double Dragon or something like that, right? Then we have Cresselia. Yeah, Cresselia is such a tank. Really strong Pokemon for sure. We talked about the dragons, Dragonair, Guzzlord. Moving on to the B rank, we do have Aurorus as a strong ice type with that Powder Snow, Weather Ball, Meteor Beam. We all know how strong and powerful it can be. Double is similar to Vigoroth, right? It does have that. I mean, it doesn't have counter, but it has double kick and body slam. So body slam spam, we know how strong Double is. Great save swap as well. Then we have Wishcash. Wishcash, you know what? At the end of the day, Wishcash became so good this season. It really did. I mean, it got the Mud Bomb buff last season, I think. And then this season it got Scald, and Scald, of course, is better now. So they really treated Wishcash well. Pidgeot, I like Pidgeot. I mean, Feather Dance Brave Bird and Dip if you lead it, right? Always a great strategy. Octobax is another dragon type you can go with. And then Golbat, of course. Golbat, I think in the last Great League Remix, Golbat was really strong as well. I mean, the meta is going to be different because there's different Pokemon, but a lot of the same top Pokemon were banned. And then moving on to the other options, we do have Dugong, we have Walrein, so a couple ice types for you. They have to watch out for Poliwrath. I mean, that's the big threat here. And then we have Regirock. Regirock is going to be a really strong pick. Registeel is banned. I think Regirock is going to be really good. It really is. I mean, yeah, I think Regirock will be good. Yeah, again, just watch out for the counter users for the most part, right? Or the fighting types in general. Clodsire is such a tank. It really, really is. Quagsire, another Mud Boy. I think Wishcash and Swampert are better, but Quagsire still has an option. If you're going double Mud or something, I would probably go with Swampert Wishcash, but Quagsire is not bad as well. It did receive that Mud Bomb buff last season. It was last season, wasn't it? I think it was. And then we have Jellicent. Jellicent, you could run it with Hex or Bubble. If you want a better matchup against Vigoroth, I mean Bubble, but Hex is good too. Then we have Machamp, another fighting type with counter. Gliscor or Shadow Gliscor. Toxapex is such a tank. Greedent is another tank. I mean, Dragonite. I think we have some better dragon options like Dragon Air, even the Guzzlord, right? But, you know, Dragonite's still going to be pretty good. And then Charjabug, I do think, does have some good play as well. Especially since Lantern is banned, I think Charjabug can fill that role nicely. Moving on to the solid team options. So we have some teams from, I guess, you know, the original Open Great League, the regular Open Great League. We have Skarmory, Dragonair, Shadow Dragonair more specifically. I think it's that much better. And then the Wishcash could be another Mud Boy like Swampert. Same with the Dragonair, could be another Dragon. But yeah, I mean, I think this is a great team. Skarmory and Wishcash make a great core together, so I think this team is going to be really good. Of course, Dragonair is a great safe swap. I mean, at the end of the day, you have two answers to Carbink, right? Dragonair obviously is not an answer to Carbink. It's going to be doing really poorly against Carbink, but the other two will do fine against it. I think this team can work out really, really well. This team does struggle against Poliwrath, but I mean, I've seen this team in the Open Great League, and it does struggle against Poliwrath, so keep that in mind. Next team is going to be a similar team, double Mud Boys instead of the Dragonair, so Swampert and Wishcash. You could use one of them for the safe swap. I would say Wishcash probably, but could go Swampert, whichever one. As a safe swap, and then to lure out a possible grass type, and then of course Skarmory is going to do well against grass. So same team, not same, but very similar to the first team. And the next team, okay, so going to be double, well, not double count. I always call it double counter because I mean it's not counter, right? Because like a double has double kick, but like you get the point. Double body slam spam, both normal types, both weak to Poliwrath. Cresselia is going to do well against Poliwrath. All of the moves Cresselia has is going to be strong against Poliwrath. So whether you probably honestly go Moonblast, Future Sight, because Talonflame is banned. So you don't really have to worry about fire types too much, I don't think. But yeah, you probably go Future Sight, Moonblast, Grass Knot on this Cresselia. And then the safe swap going to be either one, to be honest. Probably the Vigoroth, but either one. Next up, we do have Mantine in the lead with Lickitung as a great safe swap. Lickitung is going to be really, really good. I mean, at the end of the day, when is Lickitung never not good, right? I guess it's not good in the Ultra League, but because it doesn't get that high. Imagine if it did. But, yeah, I mean, Lickitung going to be a great safe swap. And of course, Poliwrath is just a strong Pokemon overall. I mean, you got to use Poliwrath. I mean, you don't have to use Poliwrath, but Poliwrath is just so good. Next team, we do have Pidgeot in the lead with Guzzlord and then Poliwrath. So I think Guzzlord being the safe swap here. This team is ABA weak to Carbink, so that is something to keep in mind, right? If you want to put Poliwrath on the lead and then have the Pidgeot in the back, I could see that working, because then you could safe swap to lure out the Carbink. Assuming there's a Carbink, I mean, not everyone's going to run Carbink. And then the final team is going to be Double Dragon with Dragonair and Dragonite. You could put a different Dragon in the back if you want to go Guzzlord, if you want to go Octobax. If you want to go a different one, you could do that. Put Dragonite because it's going to be resisting counter from Poliwrath as well as from Vigoroth. And then I put Mantine in the lead. Yeah, I would say this team is kind of weak to Carbink as well. But if you have the Mantine, like if you're going Bubble Beam, I mean, at least you're debuffing the Carbink. If you want to replace this with like a Skarmory or something else, I could see that working out. Maybe another maybe even a Polyrath, honestly. Polyrath Double Dragon. I guess that could work. I mean, I used Lantern Double Dragon in the Open Great League and it worked fine, but Lantern, of course, is banned. But anyway, these are going to be the teams for the Great League Remix. Let me know what you think. Let me know what team you plan on running. Are you going to be playing the Open Ultra League, which is running alongside it, or the Great League Remix? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.